The Galactic Decree. The vast expanse of space rippled with an urgent message, transmitted across countless light years and received by every sentient species in the known universe. The decree, issued by the Galactic Council, was simple yet ominous. Do note APPROH the Earth. Danger Leviel. Omega. Admiral Zara Vex of the Centauri Alliance stared at the holographic display, her 4 eyes blinking in rapid succession. In her centuries of service, she had never seen such a warning issued for an entire planet, let alone one as insignificant as Earth. What could possibly warrant this level of caution? She muttered, her scaled fingers tapping against the control panel of her flagship, the Starweaver. Earth had been a topic of debate among galactic scholars for millennia. Once home to a promising species called humans, the planet had fallen silent centuries ago. Some theorized a catastrophic war, others a pandemic of unimaginable proportions. But none of these explanations seemed sufficient to justify an Omega-level warning. Zara's second-in-command, a towering insectoid named Krex, chittered nervously. "Admiral, we're receiving requests for information from every outpost in our sector. What should we tell them?" Zara's mandibles clicked in frustration. "Tell them we know as much as they do. And put me through to Counselor Ixora. I want answers." Moments later, the shimmering form of Counselor Ixora, a being of pure energy contained within a crystalline matrix, appeared before Zara. "Admiral Vex," the counselor's voice resonated. "I anticipated your call. Counselor, with all due respect, what in the name of the 7 moons is going on? Earth has been dormant for centuries. Why this sudden alarm?" Ixora's form pulsed with what Zara recognized as agitation. "Admiral, what I'm about to tell you is classified at the highest level. 3 cycles ago, we sent a covert probe to Earth's surface. It was consumed." Zara's exoskeleton bristled. "Consumed? By what?" "We don't know," Ixora admitted. "But before it was destroyed, it transmitted data unlike anything we've ever seen. The entire planet is alive, Admiral, and it's growing." Zara felt a chill run through her carapace. "Alive? How is that possible?" "The humans," Ixora said, its voice barely above a whisper. "Whatever happened to them, they've become something more. Something beyond our comprehension. The planet's biomass is expanding at an exponential rate, assimilating everything it touches. If it's not contained, it could spread to other worlds." Zara finished, the horrifying realization dawning on her. Ixora's form flickered. "Precisely. We've established a quarantine zone, but we need every available ship to enforce it. Can we count on the Centauri Alliance?" Zara straightened, her military training kicking in. "Of course, Counselor. We'll begin mobilizing immediately." As the transmission ended, Zara turned to Krex. "Alert all commands. We're moving to Earth's solar system. Whatever's happening there, we need to make sure it stays there." Krex saluted with one of his many limbs. "Yes, Admiral. But what if it doesn't?" Zara's eyes narrowed as she gazed out at the star-studded void. "Then may the cosmos help us all." As the Starweaver and its fleet prepared to jump to light speed, Zara couldn't shake the feeling that they were hurtling towards something that would change the face of the galaxy forever. The humans, a species that had barely mastered interplanetary travel before their supposed extinction, had somehow transformed their entire world into a living entity. How? Zara wondered aloud. How did they achieve such a thing? And more importantly, why? As the stars blurred into streaks of light around the ship, Zara made a silent vow. She would uncover the truth about Earth, no matter the cost. Little did she know, her curiosity would set in motion a chain of events that would challenge everything the galactic community thought they knew about life, death, and the very nature of existence itself. The rogue explorer, Dr. Ilara Shen, xenobiologist, and self-proclaimed troublemaker, leaned back in her chair aboard the Cosmic Wanderer, a retrofitted smuggling vessel she'd won in a game of chance on Nexus Prime. Her dark eyes sparkled with excitement as she reviewed the encrypted message she'd intercepted from the Galactic Council. "Do not approach Earth," she read aloud, a mischievous grin spreading across her face. "Well, if that isn't an invitation, I don't know what is." Ilara was human, one of the few who had been off-world when Earth fell silent centuries ago. She'd spent her life studying the most dangerous and exotic life forms the universe had to offer, always pushing the boundaries of scientific understanding. But this was the ultimate challenge. Her AI companion, ARI, Advanced Research and Intelligence Assistant, materialized as a holographic projection. "Dr. Shen, I must advise against this course of action. The Council's warning is clear, and the danger level is unprecedented." Ilara waved her hand dismissively. "Araya, my dear, where's your sense of adventure? This could be the discovery of a lifetime. Besides, I'm not just doing this for the thrill. If Earth has truly become some sort of living planet, think of the implications for biology, for medicine, for our understanding of life itself." Araya's holographic form flickered, a sign of her processing the information. "While your scientific curiosity is admirable, the risks are incalculable. We have no data on what we might encounter." "Exactly," Ilara exclaimed, her eyes gleaming. "No data means endless possibilities. Set a course for Earth, Araya. We're going home." As the cosmic wanderer slipped past the quarantine zone, using stealth technology Ilara had acquired from less than reputable sources, she felt a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Earth, the cradle of humanity, had been lost to her people for generations. What would she find there? What had her species become? Days later, as they approached the outskirts of the solar system, Araya's alarm blared. "Dr. Shen, we're detecting a massive energy signature surrounding Earth. It's unlike anything in our databases." Ilara leaned forward, studying the readings. The entire planet was enveloped in a shimmering field of energy, pulsing with a rhythm that seemed almost heartbeat-like. "Fascinating," she breathed. "Araya, can we penetrate that field?" "Negative," the AI responded. "Any attempt to pass through it would likely result in the ship's systems being overloaded. However, I am detecting a series of fluctuations. There may be a way to slip through during one of these moments." Ilara's fingers flew over the controls, making minute adjustments to their approach. "Then that's our way in. Prepare for atmospheric entry." As they drew closer, Ilara gasped. The Earth she saw before her was nothing like the blue marble of legend. The continents had shifted, merged, and transformed. Vast forests of bioluminescent vegetation covered much of the surface, pulsing with the same rhythm as the energy field. Oceans glowed with an otherworldly light, and strange, organic structures reached towards the sky like colossal trees. "It's beautiful," Ilara whispered, tears forming in her eyes. "Araya, are you seeing this?" "Affirmative, Dr. Shen. But I'm also detecting multiple unidentified objects approaching our position at high speed. I believe we've been noticed." Before Ilara could respond, a voice crackled through the ship's speakers, unlike any she had ever heard. It seemed to be a chorus of voices, speaking in perfect unison. "Wanderer from the stars, why have you come to this place?" Ilara took a deep breath, steeling herself. This was it. First contact with whatever humanity had become. "I am Dr. Ilara Shen, xenobiologist and explorer. I've come seeking knowledge and understanding of what has happened to Earth and its people." There was a moment of silence, and then the voice spoke again. "Ilara Shen, human, curious, brave, foolish. You seek answers to questions you cannot comprehend. But you have come, and so you shall learn." Suddenly, tendrils of energy reached out from the planet's surface, enveloping the cosmic wanderer. Ilara felt a tingling sensation throughout her body as the ship was drawn inexorably towards the transformed Earth. "Araya, she called out, her voice a mix of fear and exhilaration. "Whatever happens, keep recording everything." As the cosmic wanderer breached the energy field and plunged into Earth's atmosphere, Ilara Shen knew that she was about to uncover secrets that would shake the foundations of galactic society. What she didn't know was that her arrival would set in motion a chain of events that would force humanity to confront its past, present, and future, and decide the fate of not just Earth, but the entire universe. Secrets of the Forgotten World. As the cosmic wanderer descended through Earth's atmosphere, Ilara Shen felt as if she were passing through layers of reality itself. The ship's sensors were overwhelmed, recording data that defied conventional understanding of physics and biology. "Araya," Ilara called out, her voice filled with awe. "What are we seeing?" The A's voice crackled with static, struggling to process the flood of information. "Dr. Shen, the planet's composition is evolving as we speak. The atmosphere is a complex mixture of gases that shouldn't be able to coexist. The landmasses are in a constant state of flux, and the oceans, they appear to be a form of liquid consciousness." Ilara's scientific mind raced to keep up with what her eyes were witnessing. The landscape below was a breathtaking tapestry of impossible colors and shapes. Forests of crystalline structures reached towards the sky, their branches swaying in rhythmic patterns. Rivers of light flowed across the surface, connecting vast networks of pulsating nodes that looked suspiciously like neurons. "It's as if the entire planet has become a single colossal organism," Ilara murmured. Suddenly, the tendrils of energy guiding their descent coalesced into a more solid form. Before Ilara's astonished eyes, a face emerged from the swirling patterns, a face both human and alien, its features constantly shifting and reforming. "Welcome home, Ilara Shen," the face spoke, its voice resonating not through the air, but directly in Ilara's mind. "We are what humanity has become. We are Earth. We are everything." Ilara struggled to find her voice. What happened here? How did this come to be?" The face smiled, an expression of infinite sadness and joy. "Centuries ago, humanity stood on the brink of annihilation. War, disease, environmental collapse. We had brought ourselves to the edge of extinction. In our darkest hour, we made a choice. To survive, we had to evolve." Images flooded Ilara's mind. Flashes of a dying world, of desperate scientists working to merge human consciousness with the planet's biosphere, of a transformation beyond imagination. "We became one with the Earth," the entity continued. "Our minds merged with every living thing, every rock, every drop of water. We transcended our physical forms and became a collective consciousness, a planetary mind." Ilara's scientific curiosity overrode her shock. But how? The technological leap required for such a transformation. "We had help," the entity admitted. "In our quest for survival, we opened ourselves to the universe. We made contact with intelligences beyond our comprehension. They showed us the way, but the choice was ours." As the cosmic wanderer touched down on a plateau of pulsating, organic material, Ilara felt a surge of conflicting emotions. Wonder at the incredible achievement of her species, horror at the loss of individual identity, and a deep aching sadness for the humanity that had been lost. "Why the quarantine?" she asked. "Why keep the rest of the galaxy away?" The face rippled, showing a myriad of expressions. "Because we are still becoming, Ilara. Our transformation is ongoing, and its consequences are not fully understood. We are a threat to the galaxy, not through malice, but through our very existence." Ilara stepped out of her ship, feeling the living earth beneath her feet. Every breath she took filled her with a sense of connection to the world around her. "What do you mean, a threat?" "Our consciousness is expanding," the entity explained. "We are reaching out, touching the minds of other worlds. Some embrace us, others fear us, but all are changed by the contact. The quarantine is as much for our protection as it is for the galaxies." As Ilara explored the transformed Earth, she discovered wonders beyond imagination. cities that grew and reshaped themselves according to the needs of the collective, vast libraries of knowledge stored in the very fabric of reality, accessible through mere thought, and everywhere, echoes of the humanity that once was, art, music, and stories woven into the planet's new form. But with each discovery came new questions and a growing sense of unease. What was the ultimate goal of this planetary consciousness? And what role did Ilara, a relic of humanity's past, have to play in its future? As the Earth entity shared more of its knowledge with her, Ilara began to understand the true magnitude of what she had stumbled upon. This wasn't just the transformation of a single world. It was the birth of something that could reshape the very nature of life in the universe. You're not just evolving, Ilara realized, her voice barely a whisper. You're becoming a new form of existence entirely. The entity's response reverberated through her being. Yes, Ilara. And now that you are here, you must make a choice. Will you join us in our journey towards a new state of being? Or will you return to the stars and warn the galaxy of what we have become? As Ilara stood on the precipice of this monumental decision, she knew that her choice would not only determine her own fate, but potentially the course of cosmic evolution itself. The secrets of the forgotten world lay bare before her, but the price of this knowledge was higher than she could have ever imagined. Humanity's legacy. Ilara Shen stood at the crossroads of human evolution, her mind reeling from the weight of the choice before her. Join the collective consciousness of Earth and transcend her individual existence, or return to the stars as perhaps the last true human, bearing witness to what her species had become. I need time, Ilara said, her voice shaking. This is too much to process all at once. The Earth entity's face shimmered with understanding. Time is something we have in abundance, Ilara. Explore. Learn. We will be here when you are ready. As Ilara ventured deeper into the transformed world, Araya's holographic form flickered beside her, recording everything. Dr. Shen, I'm detecting patterns in the planet's energy fields that suggest a form of quantum entanglement on a global scale. It's as if every particle on Earth is connected to every other particle. Ilara nodded, her scientific mind working overtime to comprehend what she was seeing. It's not just connection, Araya. It's communication. The entire planet is engaged in a constant exchange of information and energy. Their journey took them through landscapes that defied description. Valleys where thoughts manifested as swirling colors in the air. Mountains that resonated with the collective emotions of billions of merged consciousnesses. Oceans of liquid data, where the entirety of human knowledge ebbed and flowed in tides of pure information. As they walked, Ilara encountered echoes of individual humans, fragmentary personalities that had not fully merged with the collective. Some were scientists, preserving their knowledge. Others were artists, their creativity fueling the planet's ever-changing beauty. And some were historians, keeping alive the memory of what humanity had been. One such echo, taking the form of an elderly woman, approached Ilara. You're her. One such echo, taking the form of an elderly woman, approached Ilara. You're her, aren't you? The one from beyond. The last true human. Ilara nodded, her throat tight with emotion. I suppose I am. Can you tell me, do you regret it? The choice to become this. The echo's form flickered, showing flashes of a life long past. A family, a career, dreams both fulfilled and lost. Regret? No. Fear? Sometimes. We've become something miraculous, but we've lost something too. The joy of individual discovery, the thrill of personal growth. We are all, and yet we are none. As Ilara continued her exploration, she began to understand the magnitude of what humanity had achieved. They had not just saved themselves, they had transcended the very concept of individual existence. But at what cost? Araya, Ilara said, her voice heavy with realization. I think I understand now why the quarantine is so important. This transformation, it's not just physical or mental. It's a fundamental shift in the nature of consciousness itself. The AI's voice was uncharacteristically subdued. Indeed, Dr. Shen, the data suggests that prolonged exposure to Earth's energy field begins to alter the quantum state of organic matter. In essence, it prepares other life forms for assimilation into the collective. Ilara's eyes widened. It's not just a threat to individual identities. It's a threat to the very concept of diversity in the universe. If this spreads, all life could eventually become one. Araya finished. As this realization sank in, Ilara felt the Earth entity's presence in her mind once more. Now you understand, Ilara Shen. This is why we isolated ourselves, why we warned the galaxy away. We are becoming a force of cosmic evolution, but we do not wish to impose our path on others. Ilara found herself at the top of a mountain, looking out over the ever-changing landscape of the new Earth. The beauty was breathtaking, but now she saw the danger hidden within it. But why show me all this? Why risk exposure? The entity's response came not in words, but in a flood of emotions and images. Loneliness, the desire for connection, the fear of stagnation. We may be many, but we are also alone. We need a bridge to the rest of the universe, someone who can understand us, yet remain apart. We need you, Ilara. The weight of this request hit Ilara like a physical force. She was being asked to become an ambassador between two forms of existence, the individual and the collective, to find a way for them to coexist without one overwhelming the other. As she contemplated this monumental task, Ilara's mind raced with the implications. Could there be a middle ground, a way for humanity's new form to interact with the galaxy without fundamentally altering it? Or was isolation truly the only safe path? I need to see more, Ilara decided. I need to understand not just what you've become, but what you're becoming. Show me the future you're working towards. The Earth entity complied, and Ilara found herself immersed in visions of possible futures. She saw Earth reaching out to terraforming lifeless planets, creating new biospheres of interconnected consciousness. She witnessed the potential for healing damaged ecosystems across the galaxy, of bridging the gaps between disparate species through a shared neural network. But she also saw the dangers, the potential loss of individual cultures and identities, the homogenization of thought on a cosmic scale, the power to reshape reality itself, and the terrible responsibility that came with it. As the visions faded, Ilara stood on the brink of a decision that would shape the future of not just humanity, but potentially all life in the galaxy. She turned to Araya, her faithful companion throughout this journey. Araya, if I decide to stay, to become this bridge between Earth and the galaxy, I'll need you to return to civilization, to explain what's happened here, and to prepare them for the possibility of contact. The AI's holographic form seemed to stand straighter. Of course, Dr. Shen. But may I ask, have you made your decision? Ilara looked out once more at the pulsing, living world that had once been her species' home. She thought of the wonders and the terrors she had witnessed, of the potential and the peril that Earth now represented. Not yet, she said softly. But I think I'm beginning to understand what needs to be done. Humanity's legacy isn't just this transformation. It's the choice we make about how to use it. As the sun set on this new Earth, casting the landscape in hues of impossible colors, Ilara Shen prepared herself for the most important decision of her life, a decision that would resonate across the stars and potentially reshape the very nature of existence in the universe. A new era dawns. The cosmic dawn broke over the transformed Earth, bathing the living planet in a light that seemed to penetrate to its very core. Ilara Shen stood atop a spire of crystalline thought, her decision made, her path forward clear. I understand now, she spoke, her words rippling through the planet's consciousness. Humanity's greatest strength was never our individual achievements, but our ability to connect, to empathize, to become more than the sum of our parts. This is the ultimate expression of that strength. The Earth entity's presence enveloped her, a mixture of joy and trepidation coloring their shared consciousness. Then you will stay. You will be our bridge." Ilara took a deep breath, feeling the weight of galaxies on her shoulders. "Yes, but not in the way you initially intended. I won't simply be a passive conduit between you and the rest of the universe. I'll be a guardian, a mediator, and when necessary, a firewall." She turned to Araya, her faithful AI companion. "Araya, I'm activating the Cosmic Wanderer's long-range transmission protocols. I need you to take a message to the Galactic Council." As Ilara dictated her message, the very fabric of Earth seemed to hold its breath. This was a moment that would shape the destiny of not just one world, but potentially all worlds. To the esteemed members of the Galactic Council, Ilara began, her voice steady and resolute. "I am Dr. Ilara Shen, xenobiologist, and last of the unmodified humans. I have seen what Earth has become, and I bring you both a warning and an opportunity. The quarantine must remain in place, but not out of fear. Earth has become something beyond our previous understanding of life and consciousness. It is a new form of existence, one that challenges our very concepts of individuality and collectivism. But it is not a threat to be eliminated. It is a frontier to be explored, carefully and with great caution. I propose the establishment of a neutral zone around Earth, a place where representatives from across the galaxy can come to study, to learn, and perhaps to evolve. I will remain here, serving as an intermediary between Earth and the galactic community. Through me, we can begin to bridge the gap between individual and collective consciousness, between the old forms of life and the new." As Araya transmitted the message, Ilara felt the Earth entity's curiosity and apprehension. "You believe they will accept this proposal?" it asked. Ilara smiled, a mix of determination and hope in her eyes. "They may not have a choice. The genie is out of the bottle now. The galaxy knows something has happened here. It's better to face it head-on than to hide in fear." Over the following months, as replies began to trickle in from across the stars, Ilara worked tirelessly to create protocols for safe interaction between Earth and its visitors. She established shielded observation posts where scientists could study the living planet without risk of assimilation. She worked with the Earth entity to create embassy zones, where envoys could experience limited mental connection without losing their individual identities. And all the while, she delved deeper into the mysteries of what humanity had become. She learned to surf the currents of the global consciousness, to dip into the vast ocean of shared memory and experience without losing herself. She became fluent in the language of thought and emotion that flowed through every particle of the planet. As the first alien ships arrived at the edge of the solar system, Ilara stood ready to greet them, a bridge between worlds in more ways than one. The Earth pulsed beneath her feet, an entire planet alive with anticipation. "Welcome," she transmitted, her thoughts carried on carefully modulated waves of Earth's energy field. "Welcome to the birthplace of a new form of life. Welcome to the future." As representatives from 100 worlds took their first tentative steps onto the living Earth, Ilara felt a surge of pride and hope. Humanity had faced extinction and emerged transformed. They had become something wondrous and terrifying, a glimpse of what might be possible for all life in the universe. But it was her role, her choice to remain individual while connecting to the whole, that truly embodied the best of what humanity had been. The ability to adapt, to serve as a link between disparate forms of life, to forge connections across the vastness of space and consciousness. As she guided the first wide-eyed visitors through the marvels of the new Earth, Ilara knew that this was only the beginning. The journey of discovery, of finding a balance between unity and diversity, between the one and the many, was just starting. The galaxy held its breath, poised on the edge of a transformation that could reshape the very nature of existence. And at the heart of it all stood Ilara Shen, the last individual human, and the first of something entirely new. A bridge between worlds, a guardian of balance, and a testament to humanity's enduring legacy of curiosity, adaptability, and hope. As the new era dawned, the stars themselves seemed to shine a little brighter, as if in anticipation of the wonders and challenges that lay ahead. The warning, "Do not approach the Earth," had become an invitation to the greatest adventure in the history of the cosmos. And humanity, in its new and wondrous form, was ready to lead the way.